product design. Okay. All right. And for the purpose of this presentation, we'll just be looking at some aspects of the product design, not the entire thing, but just like an introduction, just like um the bit of what product design is. And in this case, we're looking at key principles and practices. So I'll do my best to not bore you. So thank you. Okay. All right. So we'll be looking at some content like the definition of product design, what is product, and what is design itself. Then we'll also be looking at the design thinking process. We'll be touching product design tools, case studies in product design, and conclusion. If there's I don't think there's a question, but let's just discuss whatever we can. All right. So the first thing here is, what is a product? Okay. So we said a product is anything that can be offered to the market for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption that might satisfy a need. It includes physical objects and services. So what we are saying here is a product is anything that is used in the market. Obviously, somebody created a product, somebody worked on it, but the soul of a product is for people to use it. So others can use it. Can you hear me, anyone, please? So I don't know. All right, thank you. And we said any item or sub-assembly or cost unit manufactured or sold by an organization can also be called a product. So I have an example of here. I guess most of us have seen this Chowdeck logo here. And currently I think they are running some what's it called? Promo. Some people will call it referral package with Chicken Republic and a whole lot of other products. But this is just an example of what a product is. And we also have Access Bank, Nike. These are examples of what products are. Do you understand? So anything that is being sold to the public so that the public can use, and at the end of the day, the owner of those products are making some form of profit from it, is called a product. Okay. Then we talk about design. You say design is the way of something that is the way something has been made, the way the parts of something, such as a building, machine, or book, has been formed. What design is about is just the art of creating something, creating anything for the purpose of another thing. Do you get? So we design something in order for people to use it. That's the idea of designing a product, because you are not designing the product for yourself. It is not a product it is not called a product again when the sole purpose is for your own self alone. So designing a product is talking about you creating something for others to use it. Do you get? So design is the art of creating something that is both functional and visually appealing. So we say whatever design it is, whether because as we'll be going, there are just about so many types of designs. We have the UI UX design, industrial design, landscape design, architectural design, whatever type of design it is, it has to be functional and visually appealing. So we design to communicate our ideas and to solve problems. And I think we've been mentioning this for a while now. Designing is about solving the user's problem. So for example, you are trying to help users navigate more on a particular app now. You are designing that process to solve their problem, because people have problems. For people that use most of these logistics app now, they probably have a way, okay, this thing is giving me a bit of problem and I want to make it better. So that's a problem, by finding a way to make it better for them. That's what we mean by design. We also said design refers to something that is or has been intentionally created by a thinking agent. In this case, a thinking agent is called a creative designer, whether a product designer, whether a graphic designer, whatever type of design, a thinking agent. So you can all collectively call them a designer. So on fashion design, architectural design, UI UX design, industrial design. All of these are type of design. But at the end of all of these things, we are all designers trying to solve the user's problem. So we imagine a product and a design together now. So we can say a
Sorry,
product designer is somebody
can you
who,
turn on your camera, please?
yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I may not be able to do that because it's dark here. The power is not available. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Can I still continue?
Yes.
Hello, Victoria. All right, thank you so much. So we uh talking about product designer. So you say a product designer can be called a thinking agent that creates a product, design a process for creating a beautiful product that can be used and solve the user's problem. Okay. Uh, okay. We said it is a process of imagining, creating, and iterating products that solves the user's problem. So I'm sure most of us are seeing these products like Glovo, OP, Pampi, a whole lot of other products like that that are new but are trending this day. That's because product that are users problem. For example, the group now. One here that has been using the Glovo app recently. Let's this interaction a little bit. Can you hear me, please? Hello,
Yes,
hello. Can anyone hear
Adekunle.
me?
We can
We
hear.
can hear
All right, thank you. So I was asking,
you.
has anyone
Yes, we
here used
can.
the Glovo or the Child Deck or whatever logistic app you've used recently?
Yes, of course. I have.
Yes.
Okay, so
I use
all
them
right,
all.
thank you. Okay, so let me ask. I think that's Fadili, right? Fadili, have you tried the refuel package of the Child Deck
Of
with?
course, now. Of course.
He said, of course, now. So that's a very, very beautiful thing because before now, some of these restaurants do not have a package like that because before you get a package like that, you need to go to maybe Chicken Republic or some of these restaurants. So that's a problem because you might get to the restaurant and you meet a lot of people trying to sort their order and a lot of that. But with this child deck or the Glovo app now, you can easily order the refer package and somebody will say because of those refer package, their sales have increased, even though the chicken is very, very small because I tried it too. But it's still solving people's problem. Do you get? That's the idea about product design. Do you get? And for OP to we can all be sure that we can all confirm that the transaction rate of some of these OP, PAMPay, the fast credits, there's no delay in you sending money to people and you'll be wondering has the person received it or not. No, there's nothing like that with some of these banks. Do you understand? That's the idea about product design. You are trying to solve the user's problem. So if you are a product designer here now and you are trying to come up with another product to solve the user's problem, so all you need to do is just come up with an idea. What is OP not doing right? Take your research, find your way to okay, do OP have maybe if I send money, did I get anything? Do you understand? Something like that. It's just a way of trying to help the users more and at the end of the day, encouraging the business. That's the idea about product design. Not just to design because you want to design. You want to solve a problem. At the end of the day, make profit from solving the people's problem. Do you understand? Okay, so then talking about design thinking process, I think I've mentioned this for a while now. Design thinking process is just about the user-centered approach to innovation and problem solving. It's as simple as that you just want to make the problem about the user because that is the people you are trying to solve their problem. So it's the user-centered approach to innovating and to solve the people's problem. And there are some phases of some of this design thinking process. I think I'll just run through it now. So we have the empathize, defining, ideate, prototype, and testing. So let me quickly run through it. Are we still with me, please?
Yes.
Hello. All right, thank you. Okay, so when we talk about empathy, we said it's about understanding the user's need, experiences, and emotion through research and observation. In design, we call this understanding the pain points of the user. So if I'm hungry now and I'm looking tired, obviously because of the hunger, you might not know until you come to me, guy, how far? Are you hungry? That's about empathizing, putting yourself in my shoe. So when you're able to empathize in me, or you are looking at me, observing me, trying to know what could be wrong with this guy, that is the art of being empathizing with me, understanding what is going on with me. That way you can find a way, okay, is this guy on the does he need money to buy food? Will I if I give him money to buy noodles, will noodles be okay for him? Those are ways of empathizing with people. Do you understand? Then secondly, this is just like a cyclic process, though we'll get to that. Defining that the next step now is defining. So you clearly articulate the problem by synthesizing insights gathered during the empathy stage, because by defining now, you already understand the exact problem of this person. Is he looking tired because he's hungry? Is he looking tired because he has not eaten for a while? Is he looking tired because he does not have money? All of this can cause somebody to. I hope you know if someone doesn't have money, he can look tired. Fadele, can you confirm that?
Well confirmed.
Eh?
I said, well confirmed. I can confirm that.
So if you don't have money, you probably look tired. Do you get that? That's a way of defining. So in this case now, you are trying to understand exactly, define what the problem is with the person. So obviously, like I said, people have a lot of problems. So, but by you defining now, you are trying to clearly state what exactly is wrong with this person. That's the process of you defining that. Then the next thing now is to ideate. Uh, Ideate is when you are trying to gather ideas on how to solve a particular problem. If somebody is tired, now it could be because he has not eaten for a while. It could be because he has not seen money for a while. It could be because his wife is giving him issues at home. A whole lot of things can cause tiredness. But ideating is when you are trying to solve that particular problem. Are you solving his hunger problem? Are you solving his wife's problem? Are you solving his money problem? That is where your ideation comes from. Because ideate is when you try to gather ideas on how to solve a particular problem. It could be one of the problems, it could be two of the problems, it could be all of the problems. But the main thing is the particular problem you are trying to solve is what you ideate on. Because there is no essence of you ideating on what you are not trying to solve. It's just like a waste of time. Do you understand? Hello?
Yes.
All right, so that is how it is. So generating a
Yeah,
wide
we are
range
with
of
you.
all right, generating a wide range of ideas in how to solve that particular problem. That is what we mean by ideate. Okay. Then the next thing now is to prototype. So we call this prototype because that's how you are implementing all of your ideas, and that's why it's very very good to work with a team in the ideation stage, because you have a lot of people coming up with different ideas. Imagine I'm working on a product now, and I have about 3 to 4, 5 designers. So we have a lot of ideas. Somebody will say, okay, let's do it this way, let's do it this way. So coming up with all of these ideas helps a lot in the prototyping stage. In the prototyping stage, you come up with the wireframe, low fidelity, high fidelity, creating up the design itself. Do you understand? It's just a way of solving that particular problem you intend to solve. It could be one, like I said, it could be two, it could be all of the problems. But prototyping is when you are actually solving that problem. Do you get? Then the next thing is the testing stage. So evaluate the prototypes with real users, gather feedbacks, and refine the solutions based on their responses. So testing is when you confirm if you are able to solve that particular problem. Let's say, for example, now I want to create a product like another field of child deck now. But in my own case now, I want users to have access to free drink. You know, if you order a food now, you don't get drink unless you order for it. Imagine I want to add free drink to my own product. So imagine you get a food now, maybe a bucket of chicken, and I want to give you a free drink. That's like an addition to users. And as we all know, users like, or let me say users, Nigerians, we like free things. Do you get? That's a problem you are trying to solve. So if you do that and you feel like, okay, let me test this product, maybe with real users or maybe within your friend, because I created something like that. I had to test it among my friends. Okay, how do you feel about this? Because it's like a specialized product. It's helping you to gather information about a particular thing. Okay, so testing is when you try to understand if that particular problem is solved. Do you understand? It helps you to understand that particular if it is not solved, then you go back to your drawing board. Maybe you go to your uh what's it called? Your ideation stage, your prototyping stage, your research stage, a whole lot of that. Do you get all in the name of trying to understand if this problem has been solved or not? Do you get? And that's when you can now take it to the product launch. Do you get? Then there are so many. There's another thing I should have talked about here, but I'm just like kind of introducing the part. There's the iteration stage where you gather feedback from your users, from your testers to know if this problem has been solved or not. So talking about the product design tools, as just like every other tool, as a data scientist like Victoria now, they have the tools they use for their work. As a tailor now, you have something you are using. So the same thing goes for product designers. We have our own tools that we use. So I'm just quickly going to run through this. So these are the variety of tools that help designers conceptualize, prototype, and test and iterate their ideas. Some commonly used tools are listed in the next slide I'll be sharing. So look at this now. I have Sketch. This helps you for creating wireframes and high fidelity design. There's also Balsamic. It's also a low fidelity wireframing tool. But most of this now, I don't know. Most people now feel like they can just do everything with Figma, but it's fine. So far, you can get your stakeholders are not probably going to ask you what tool you use. All they just want to see is the results. Do you understand? So, but as for the knowledge sake, we should understand that there are tools, specific tools that should be used for designers in trying to create a new product. Okay, so we have the sketching and wireframing, which I've mentioned, Sketch to Balsamic, and a whole lot of that. Then the next one are the prototyping tools. We have the InVision, Adobe XD, then the Azure tool is also a powerful tool for creating complex and interactional prototypes. So for example, you're done with your designs on Figma now or XD, you just want to prototype it. You can use Azure. It's also a very, very good tool. But some people will say, some might be asking now, why do I have to take my Figma design to Azure now when I can do the same thing in Figma? It's the same thing. Do you understand? But there are complex designs where you need to take to other platforms. Do you get? All right. Then the next thing are the design tools. Maybe so you'll be looking at Figma, Photoshop, still the same. These are all design tools that we can use for our designs, Adobe XD, Adobe Illustrator. But majorly, if you are trying to create design for a product now, I wouldn't suggest you use Adobe Illustrator unless maybe you are just trying to create a logo or some of the design elements that will be you need in your Figma design. So most people are comfortable with using Figma for all of their designs. Okay. Then we have collaboration tools, and this is the most important part. Just I mentioned collaboration or working with team members. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. So collaboration tools is also very, very important. We have Miro, we have Slack. I think the most common one now is Slack. Almost everybody uses Slack because it's a collaboration tool that helps users or team members to communicate, just like we have in Beacon now. All of us can communicate with Slack. All you just need to do is to tag the person you want to communicate with. So as designers, we should understand. Maybe you are working with a designer team, or you are working with some project managers or some developers. Slack is a very, very good communication tool. Do you understand? Okay. In conclusion, now we have product design. It is a critical process that combines creativity, empathy, technical skills to create product that solves users' problems. Let's not forget this. Any product that does not solve users' problem is just like you are playing. Do you get? And that's why some of the times it's important to work on real products. Some people can have you check their Beyonce portfolio. Now most of the designs are just like fictional designs. In the real world, it doesn't really work like that. Your employer or your stakeholders or whoever you are trying to show your portfolio to, they are more interested in how many of your designs have been launched out. So as designers now, I recommend we start working on real life projects that are going to be published, because it's just a waste of time if I'm going to be creating a product that is not actually solving people's needs. Do you get? um I used to be that person a lot. So I try to create a whole lot of fictional design, but now since I got to understand that, so I tend to focus more on working on real life projects that will be launched on Apple Store, project that will be launched on Google Store, project that will be launched on the web. Do you get, like creating a web app, creating a whole lot of things that is not just going to be for me and me alone. People are going to use it. Do you understand? And that's like the aim of every product designer, because you are trying to solve the user's problem. So thank you everyone. I hope I didn't waste your time. So if there's any questions from anyone, thank you. All right, thank you, Fadili. I can see your hand raised.
Okay,
Fadili, you can.
Adekunle, sorry, okay, I'm just to be sure about one. Okay, thank you for today. That was a good one. I really enjoyed myself and I've learned so much. But mine is not really like a question. I just want to I don't know if it's a question, but just to say something about what you said last. So
Okay.
as much as every designer wants to have a life project